Welcome to this brief overview of the Chronopolis demonstration project, a project funded by the Library of Congress's National Digital Information Infrastructure and Preservation Program. My name is Robert McDonald, and I will be leading you through this overview of our project. As you can see, the Chronopolis project is a large collaborative project between the San Diego Supercomputer Center, the University of California San Diego Libraries, the National Center for Atmospheric Research, and the University of Maryland's Institute for Advanced Computer Studies. In this overview today, I'll be showing you an outline of what we're doing with Chronopolis, a little bit about each collaborating institution and the roles that they'll take in the project personnel, the deliverables, and the timeline. So what are we doing with the Chronopolis project? We're creating a 3-node federated data grid at SDSC, NCAR, and the University of Maryland to hold up to 50 terabytes of data from the California Digital Library and the Inter-University Consortium for Political and Social Research. Both CDL and ICPSR are current ongoing Library of Congress NDIIPP partners, and the work that we'll be doing with them is related to the work that they've had ongoing with the Library of Congress concerning digital preservation with the NDIIPP program. We'll be ingesting content from CDL and ICPSR and using it in a data grid, and with that data grid we'll be using a suite of tools consisting of ACE, PAWN, and INCA. ACE is the audit control environment, PAWN is a producer archive workflow network, and INCA is a grid monitoring suite. We'll be creating transmission information packages of the collections from within the Chronopolis data grid to transmit back to the originating institutions at CDL and ICPSR. We'll also be working on generating premise definitions for the data that we ingest into Chronopolis from these two clients, and we'll be writing a best practices document for all parties involved. So the institutions and roles of the Chronopolis demonstration project are as follows. UCSD has two components. The component at the San Diego Supercomputer Center, SDSC, where we'll be working with the storage and networking services as well as the data grid support via the storage resource broker, as well as with the University of California San Diego Libraries, who will be working on the metadata services, namely those with the premise data profile that we'll be creating for the content that's ingested, and they'll be working with the transmission information packages that will be going back to the NDIIPP clients. They'll also be working with other advanced data services as needed throughout the course of the project. NCAR, the National Center for Atmospheric Research, will be working with us to hold one node of the data grid on their site where we'll have an archive, a complete copy of all of the data. We'll have storage and network support, as well as any possible testing that we do across the TeraGrid network for transmitting the data. At UMIAX, the University of Maryland's Institute for Advanced Computer Studies, we'll be working with several products that have come out of the ADAPT lab, namely the Producer Archive Workflow Network in support of its digital preservation components, and ACE, the auditing control environment, which will be used to determine the fixity of the actual content that we ingest. We'll also be working with UMIAX to develop other integral components of the reporting structure for the clients working with us at CDL and ICPSR. The California Digital Library, as an NDIIPP partner with the Library of Congress, will be working with us to provide up to 25 terabytes of data from their Web at Risk project. This collection consists of 5 years of political and governmental websites that have been crawled and harvested and stored at CDL. ICPSR, the Inter-University Consortium for Political and Social Research, will be providing up to 12 terabytes of data from their Social Science Data Archive, which has a backup hosted at SDSC currently. The management team for the Chronopolis project will consist of, at UCSD, David Miner and Robert McDonald from SDSC, as well as Artis Cosbial from the UCSD libraries. This key group will be comprised of the personnel that make up the Digital Preservation Initiatives group at SDSC. The project personnel from SDSC will include Jim Doust, Brian Bannister, Fong Din, Jeff Bennett, Don Sutton, Emilio Valenti, Jade Dombrowski, and Chris Jordan. At the UCSD libraries, it will include Arwen Hutt and Brad Westbrook working on the metadata components of the project. At NCAR, we'll work with Don Middleton, Mike Burek, and Linda McGinley. At the University of Maryland, we'll work with Joseph Shaja, Mike Smorrell, and Mike McGann. With our NDIIPP clients involved with the Chronopolis project, we'll be working with Nancy McGovern and Brian Beecher at ICPSR, with Tricia Cruz, John Kunze, and Stephen Abrams at CDL. Here you will see a list of the deliverables included within the demonstration project from 7.1 through 7.10, as well as the expected due date and a section of the folks who will be involved with each one. You'll notice that we'll be ingesting the content from CDL and ICPSR, as well as creating our preservation data grid during the course of the year. The following is a timeline showing the overall big picture view of when the deliverables will be due, during which quarter of the 14-month period that the demonstration project will take place. This 14-month period encompasses January 08 through February 09. So, in a nutshell, that is a brief overview of the Library of Congress NDIIPP Chronopolis demonstration project that's being conducted at UCSD, the National Center for Atmospheric Research, and the University of Maryland's Institute for Advanced Computer Studies. We hope to have some interesting reports both on transmission, packaging, and network tuning for the transmission of large-scale collections between digital repositories in the coming year. We hope you will stay tuned to our website for more forthcoming information on this project. Thank you.